Today on the net, reports of the ongoing fighting in the Syrian city of Deir ez-Zor. Indian activist Anna Hazare back on hunger strike. And Google launches its own Olympics hub. For the past week or so, Aleppo has been the scene of heavy fighting between Syrian government troops and rebels, and now deadly clashes have also broken out in the eastern city of Deir ez-Zor. With little coverage by traditional media, online activists are doing what they can to relay information. Numerous pieces of amateur video footage from Deir ez-Zor have been posted online recently, testifying to the damage wrought by over 6 weeks of fierce battles between loyalist troops and opponents of Bashar al-Assad. Debris strewn across deserted streets, residential buildings and shops completely destroyed. These images give us an idea of the intensity of the daily fighting that rocks the city. Opposition fighters may not be as well equipped as government forces, but they relentlessly pursue assaults and surprise attacks on the regular army. As we can see in these online documents, one type of weapon they have access to are rocket launchers. Bashar al-Assad's army has apparently resorted to extremely brutal methods to fight this resistance, using chemical weapons against its own people. Activists posted this video online last week. It's difficult to verify, but they claim it shows patients in a Deir ez-Zor field hospital apparently suffering from severe nausea brought on by the inhalation of toxic gas. One thing is certain, however, as each day passes, more and more armed opposition fighters and civilians are killed in the fighting. And as this Syrian activist explains, the only way residents of Deir ez-Zor can cope with the growing daily toll is to turn municipal parks into cemeteries. On Sunday, 1 year on from going 12 days without food or water, Indian anti-corruption activist Anna Hazare began a new hunger strike, again with the same objective: to pressure the government into opening an investigation into corruption allegations against highly placed judges and politicians. But this time, the 75-year-old has clearly stated he's prepared to die to see his demands met. Sections of India's Twitter community have been hailing his actions under the hashtag Jantar Mantar, the symbolic monument in New Delhi, where Anna Hazare has launched his latest plea in the fight against corruption. As we can see in these amateur documents, he's gained a strong following. Thousands of people gathered in the streets of the city this weekend to show solidarity with the activist. And the movement has spread far beyond the Indian capital. Anna Hazare supporters organised demonstrations across the country over the course of the weekend. As we can see in these online images, local star Vishal Dadlani gave an impromptu concert in Mumbai. But not everyone approves of Anna Hazare and his methods. Some of his critics have suggested that the all-powerful anti-corruption watchdog he wants the government to create will most likely end up succumbing to this scourge that blights Indian society. Others, like Indian blogger and journalist Rupa Subramaniya Dehejia, criticises him for only dealing with the effects of corruption without looking into the cause. Google has followed the example of Facebook and Twitter and launched its own Olympics hub. The web giant has set up a very detailed site in honour of the global event, with information on all the different sporting events as well as photos and videos of athletes. The site also encourages web users to use Google technology, like Google Maps for example, so they can access bird's-eye views of the various Olympic venues or even take virtual tours. American stand-up comedian Dane Cook is at the centre of an online storm over a joke he made at one of his shows last week, referring to the shooting at the Aurora movie theatre in Colorado. Many social networkers found his comments entirely inappropriate and have been voicing their outrage and shock over what they consider to be a blatant lack of sensitivity. In view of the outcry, Dane Cook has since apologised, saying it was a complete error of judgment. This is a somewhat unlikely challenge undertaken by a Swedish artist who goes under the name of Rhyme Reglage. Open up 100 boxes of Lego, each containing 650 pieces, and then sort the thousands of little bricks by size and colour. It took 71 hours to complete the painstaking exploit.